Good evening, everybody. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. I'm trying a new setup. So let me know if you guys like it. I am so excited to be back with you. It's the first of the month. I feel like we were just having this conversation. So I'm on a minute early. So I'm going to wait just a couple of seconds for people for YouTube to let everybody know that Operation Sexy Body is live and we're going to get started. So if you are just coming in, make certain to put me on hands-free mode, speakerphone, plug your AirPods in because we are going to have a great conversation tonight once again. So you guys are coming in. As you come in, make certain you subscribe. After a minute, it will let you comment. So as you come in, make certain to say, hey, let me know that you're here. And I will do my very best to keep you informed and keep it timely. All right, so we've been here a minute and I want to be respectful of your time. So let me officially start. All right, good evening, everybody. I am Lynette Williams, aka Operation Sexy Body. And if you are here on my YouTube page, you know that I am a wellness and empowerment coach that helps women all across the United States lead a healthier and fulfilling life and allowing them to show up better and full for the people in their life that mean the most and the things in their life that mean the most. I use fitness as my therapy. It is my personal belief that the attention, dedication, and focus that we put on our fitness and nutrition life to things that we 100% control, we are then able to regulate and control other areas of our life where we may not have as much control. So let's get into tonight. Excuse me. On the first of every single month, we come together and we talk about different topics. We've talked about boundaries. We've talked about all sorts of things that have to deal with the spectrum of life. And tonight, we are talking about life lessons. This one is near, hey, y'all, hey, come on in. This one is near and dear to my heart because I feel like depending on what phase you are in your life, everybody can relate to this conversation. You may not have related to the boundaries conversation. You may not have related to the self-awareness conversation because you may have felt like you have it 100% under control and that you do not struggle in any of those areas. But for those of you who feel like you've learned a few things in life, like been there, done there, got the t-shirt kind of thing, this conversation is for you. And I want to parallel the life lessons that I'm going to talk about to your fitness and nutrition life. That's a Lynette original. And I feel like everybody can have a conversation. So we'll spend a little over 30, 40 minutes having our conversation tonight. But despite when you come in, make certain that you watch from the beginning. And if you stay for the whole thing, make certain that if there's something that pricks you to write it down that you want to kind of develop within yourself later, like if something like, like makes you say ouch or ooh, I felt that, write that down because when stuff like that pricks your spirit, that is a sign of further development that needs to happen on your behalf, or it's an opportunity for you to self-reflect to see how far you've come. And it may be a spectrum of both. All right, so here we go. All right, so I have 7 life lessons, and these are in no particular order. I personally have my favorites. I'll be very interested to hear at the end of our conversation which one you felt was your favorite, or maybe you have a couple like I do. All right, so we're going to get started. So I forgot my water downstairs. And I am not leaving, you guys. So you're just going to have to bear with me. Okay, so number 1, teach people how to treat you. Testing. That's a full stop. You have to teach people how to treat you. Anybody feel like they grasp that concept? I know I do. And it took me a while because I felt like pleasing people to a certain degree, that was an authentic relationship. And it wasn't. So let's parallel that to your fitness and nutrition life. Everything that feels good to your body isn't good for your body. So you have to treat your body. You have to train your body how to treat you. And if you want it to perform, you're going to have to feed it, hydrate it, and move it accordingly. How do you expect someone how do you expect someone to do a favor for you and you talk to them all kind of ways, sideways, cursing at them, attitude with them, hanging up on them, not returning their phone calls, not there when they need you? That would not be a relationship that you would desire to um, to cultivate, to manifest, to protect. So why do you feel like you can just not move because you don't feel like it? Oh yeah, we having that conversation tonight. Mm-hmm. We having that conversation, sis. So buckle up. Why do you feel like you can treat your body any type of way and then get mad when it doesn't perform? Or you regulate it, since you're on medication, you feel like that's all you need to do is just stay on your meds. Now, for some of us, some of you, there may be circumstances that medication is necessary. It is a means to an end, a bridge to get from where you are to where you need to be. Medication management um, is the way to go. Not talking about y'all. I'm talking about those of you all who don't have the respect for your body to be able to say to yourself, hey, I deserve better, because you do. That's the crazy thing. Like in relationships, like if you have ever been in a relationship, you know what a bad relationship is, right? We all know what the bad relationship is. But when you get that good relationship, you can see, like, man, I have been in a fog with what I really need, deserve out of a relationship. So when you start fueling, so parallel, right? When you start fueling your body the way that it's supposed to be fueled, and how you move, and you say, wow, I've been missing out. I had no idea that I was treating my body so badly, because now that I'm treating it the right way, I see some of y'all like, yep. Now that I'm treating it the right way, I see how much greater my impact can be, not only in my life, but in the lives of people who watch me, in the lives of people that I come into contact with. There could be a time where you were so in your head and so undernourished and overfed and underhydrated, dehydrated, that when you met eyes with someone, you couldn't even smile because you're in pain, because you didn't get a good night's sleep and you haven't been able to sleep. But now that you are on a path of rediscovering who you are and being incessant about how you treat yourself, that lens for you to give that smile to that complete stranger who needed you to smile at them on that day, and had you not worked on yourself, you wouldn't have been able to do that. And I tell y'all all the time that sometimes the obedience that we have and that God whispers in our ear and we are convicted, it's not just for us, it's for the stranger. It's for the person who you don't even know who's watching you, to see you go through something, to get through something, to fight with something, to wrestle against something, and to be victorious, that makes them think that they can do it too. So when you are in relationship with other people and you are setting your boundaries, because we talk about boundaries, right? If you didn't check out that monthly chat on boundaries, it's in the playlist, so go check it out. But when we talk about boundaries, we talked about non-negotiables. There are certain things in relationships with other people that you are just not going to stand for. But yet, in the relationship with yourself, you just let anything go. You just out here with no plan. And that's okay. But when you know better, you do better. And I feel like there is somebody, like the way that this one, like the way that this lesson came to my spirit, it woke me out of my sleep. And that's how I know that this message 1 through 7 or any combination is for someone to say, this is the message that I needed to hear. This is the way that I needed to hear it. This is talking to me. So the first, again, these are in no particular order, but the first one, if you don't treat yourself correctly, if you don't demand respect of yourself, you cannot command it for yourself. If you cannot command and demand respect of yourself, you respecting yourself, you can't expect other people to do that. So you're gonna live life always having unmet expectations, always have, again, when I say always and never, it is relative to your situation in a general statement. So it does not encompass every single thing, but relatively speaking, you will never have the opportunity to really fully actualize all of what God has for you if you continue to disrespect yourself. And knowing better and not doing better is disrespect. It just is. So we're going to continue talking, but life lesson number 1, teach people how to treat you. Parallel, demand respect of yourself from yourself. All right. Life lesson number 2, don't go in reverse. So to piggyback off of number 1, demanding respect of yourself before you can respect from other people, don't go in reverse. Once you've made strides to eliminate things from your diet, when you have made strides to minimize certain things in your diet, and see, let me pause right here, right? Because I feel like people think that fitness influencers and coaches have it all together, and that we wake up perfect, we never gain weight, we eat all the right things all the time, we drink a gallon of water every single day, or at least half our body weight in ounces, and we just wake up ready to go every single day. And that is just not true. That is just not true. Again, there is a spectrum. There's a spectrum. But when you know better, you are convicted to do better. I mean, that's the whole point, right? The whole point of life is to learn and to be better and to do better, to not only be better to ourselves, but to be better to other people. You ever break up with somebody and then go back with them? It's just ain't, it's never the same. I mean, it's okay, you know what I'm saying? But it's not the same because it just isn't the same. So when you have reached certain pinnacles in your life and you have lost a certain amount of weight, you have gained some mobility from whatever you're doing, whether it be strength, functional, occupational therapy, whatever it is that you have gained, the last thing that you're going to want to do, or the last thing that you're going to do knowingly, is say, you know what, I'm not going to do my therapy today because I don't feel like it. You feel like walking, right? I bet you there is a person who has limited range of motion or limited mobility in just doing simple tasks like sitting in a chair and getting up. They wish they could do that without pain. They wish they could do that without bracing themselves and having to have a spotter to make certain that they don't fall. And if they fall, oh my goodness, like it's a huge deal, right? They're not going to go in reverse and say, like, I don't feel like going. They're going to go to therapy because they want to live life to the fullest. And you do too. We all do. We all want to live life to the fullest, and you can't do that by living and going in reverse. We have to be forward thinking. We have to be progressive thinking. We have to be incessant about getting from where we are to where we feel God wants us to be. And you can't do that backwards. You probably have heard this, but this is like kind of one of the things that really made it make sense to me. The reason that the windshield is so big and the rear view mirror is so small is because the way that we drive, we're focused and designed on looking at what's ahead, what's coming on the side, what's coming ahead of us. I mean, yeah, we may glance up in the rearview mirror and we may hear a noise. We may look up there to see what's going on, making sure, everything is good. But we don't drive like this. We would crash out if we did that. Our youngest daughter, Zion, you may know she is 6 years old, and she used to run like this. She used to run this way, looking back this way. And Every single time at some point, despite my efforts of Zion, don't run looking backwards, she'll trip. She'll run into something, someone, fall over, any combination of the above. She would cry. I would pick her up and I'll say, baby, remember, mommy told you not to run backwards. But some of y'all are living in reverse. Some of y'all are so comfortable in the reverse that it is really sabotaging your progress, because you'll get to a certain point and then you'll backtrack. And I'm not even talking about losing weight necessarily. I mean, that's inclusive of it, obviously, because that's what people see, right? That's what people see. People see weight. People see weight and they see us gain it. They see us lose it. They see it shifting. So that is a physical, immediate notification that something that once was maybe isn't currently. But what about the emotional? What about the mental? What about the spiritual? You said you would never go back to that behavior that got you to a deep, dark place. And you right back there. You right back around the same people that you said that brought you certain feelings of depression, anxiety, mistreatment. I don't care who they are. I don't care if you share blood. I don't care if you share a home. I don't care if you share children. I don't care what you share. Your life is your life and you cannot live it in the reverse. So I'm going to caution you to make certain that you continue to be in alignment with your windshield and not your rearview mirror. Some of y'all will get that tomorrow. But make certain that you are living the life in the windshield and not the rearview mirror. Because no one knows how much time we have. No one knows what opportunities are out there for us that we will never get because we're steadily looking backwards. I can't focus on what's ahead of me and what's behind me. I can't get all of what God has for me if I'm steadily looking back to say, oh man, what am I going to lose? What am I giving up? We'll never get there. So life lesson number 1, teach people how to treat you. Number 2, don't go in reverse. Number 3, I said that these were in no particular order. So if you guys are just joining, we are about 17 minutes in. So make certain that you watch the beginning part. Excuse me, make certain that you watch the beginning part, but I'm so glad to have you. And say, hey, when you come in. But number 3, just maybe one of my favorites. Number 3, protect your peace at all costs. Hello, y'all still there? Protect your peace at all costs. Peace looks different for everybody. My peace is just that, my peace. You don't have to agree with my peace. Your peace is your peace. I do not have to agree with your peace. But whatever it is and whatever it looks like, whatever it manifests itself to be, protected at all costs. My husband actually did a sermon on this a couple of weeks ago, and it was so convicting that I woke up and I wrote it in my journal. I found Bible verses to kind of help sort out the stuff that was in my head. And it really is the foundation of like adulthood. Like kids don't really have the peace protecting necessity, but as adults, especially adults with children, especially adults with responsibilities, especially adults with people looking at them, whether it be a stage of just friends and family. But if you are an adult, you will concur and agree and stand in agreement that protecting your peace is, if it's not, it should be at the very top of your list, because nothing happens if your peace is disturbed. Have somebody wake you up from a nap. You are 38 hot. Get in a traffic jam on your way to work and you already running late. Nothing will frustrate you more. And so protecting your peace is going to look different, but Parallel that to fitness, I use the word incessant a lot only because I use it a lot, but I use it in the same way, talking about the same thing. Just like you have to be incessant about your boundaries, you have to be incessant about protecting your peace. And so fitness wise, my peace happens to make its debut at 3:05 a.m. every single day. Am I advocating for people watching me to get up that early? No. If that's not peaceful for you, why force yourself to do something that's not peaceful? That don't even make sense. But for me, right now, with small children, and prior to having children, being in corporate America, having to be at work, swipe in, swipe out, 12-hour days, 6 to 6, I had to be the 2 a.m. girl. I had to be the 3 a.m. girl. So now, almost 15 years worth of that, it's not as difficult. It's just a non-negotiable, just like brushing my teeth, showering like all of us do or should do every day. My peace is right now at 3 a.m. And you know what it does? It gives me such a sense of accomplishment, such a sense of pride that I've done something for myself. So, y'all, when I say get up, get active, and do something for yourself, yes, it's catchy. Yes, we have t-shirts. Yes. But it really comes from a place that I truly believe in, like deep in my soul. And I always say you have to be selfish. People will tell you, don't be selfish. Don't do this. Don't do that. Be there for people. Yes, you can be there for people. You can be there for your children. You can be there for your parents. You can be there for your spouse, your partner. You can be there for everybody under the sun. None of that matters if you're not there for yourself. No, but none of that matters if you are in a hospital, stressed out over somebody else's stuff. When my dad was living, it'll be 7 years that he transitioned this October. God rest his soul. I miss him every single day. But my dad was one of those people that he was so selfless. He would give, give, give. Listen, listen, listen. And he was in the hospital a few times, dehydration. Like, how are you not going to drink water, Daddy? I used to ask him all the time. He said, well, I was talking to so-and-so. I got wrapped up in this stress. So-and-so can't pay their bills. So-and-so needs help. Stress. And there was a time where right after he transitioned, I thought to myself, how am I going to survive another day? Like, how am I going to wake up tomorrow and want to call him and can't, right? And almost 7 years later, I still get this lump in my throat thinking about it. And the only thing that gave me peace was doing something for myself. He used to always say, baby, you can't burn the candle at both ends. Take care of yourself. And so when I get up, get active, and I do something for myself first thing in the morning, I'll say, thank you, Dad. I call him Papa. Thank you, Papa. Thank you. Thank you for instilling in me the necessity to take care of myself. And so there may be a time in the near future or maybe distant future that I won't have to get up at 3 o'clock. I don't look forward to that because I'll be in another phase of my life, whatever that looks like. I look forward to getting up, getting active, and doing something for myself as soon as I can because it gives me the peace and the protection of my peace to know that I've done something for myself so I can be more present for my children, so that I can be more present for my husband, so that I can be more present for my family, so that I can be more present for my other responsibilities that I have. So when you are thinking about protecting your peace, you'll do whatever you need to do to protect your peace, but you won't give yourself that respect to figure out what that is in the fitness and nutrition realm. And it's so difficult to regulate something we 100% control. We like to give so much control to so many other things, but something that we 100% control, which is what we put in our mouth and how we move our body. We seem to be so confused about how to make it work. Yes, I work out every day now, but there was a time when I was medically considered obese that I physically could not work out every day. My body couldn't take it. My mind couldn't take it. Emotionally, I could not take it. I just could not. So the fact that I am able to move my body every single day now in some way, it doesn't always have to be a gym workout, but some type of intentional focus on myself, that has opened so many doors, mental doors, yes, literal doors and relationships and things like that. But mentally, it's shown me how strong I am. I would have never thought that that would be me. But that old doctor about 15 years ago who walked and sauntered in that room with that little brown folder and told me I was obese, he had no idea what he was saying. He had no idea that those 3 words, "you are obese," changed the trajectory of my whole life. Thank God I did not have a health scare. Thank God it wasn't medically necessary for me to change immediately or something was going to happen. But see, that's the problem. Some of y'all so healthy, you unhealthy. Some of y'all don't have any aches and pains and you think you fine. In our society, what bothers me about, especially now that the influx of social media, like people on Instagram and Facebook and all these other platforms that make you think that thin people are healthy and that heavier people are unhealthy. I did 2 videos the other day about being overweight, and y'all flooded my DMs. Like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for saying that. I feel so bad about gaining weight and blah, blah, blah. And there are certain things that are outside of our control, right? Like medical medications, medical issues, vacations. Even if you do the best you can on vacation, you're going to gain a couple pounds. You're going to gain weight, right? Pregnancy, all kind of life events that are going to happen that could be contributing causes to your weight gain. But that is a physical representation of your internal choices. Stress will make you gain weight. Cortisol, your cycles, perimenopause, like all of these hormonal imbalances can lead to weight gain, but you have to protect your peace at all costs. And whatever that looks like, you got to figure it out. You have to say, I'm going to figure this out. I am not going to be a slave to my fork. I am not going to allow this fork to create my grave. I am not going to allow my capability of moving to just not make me get up and move. Because the people who choose not to do it now, there's going to come a time where you're going to want to do it and can't. And I am so passionate about it because I've been there. I've been the one that couldn't run a lap. My husband will tell you, when we first met, I could not run 1 lap. A mile was 8 laps. Okay. I could not run 1 lap without stopping. Not one. I couldn't do it. My body was like, no, girl, what are you doing? Stop. No, we don't do this. We like to sit on the couch and eat Oreos by the sleeve, which I did. That's what created me bursting out of my pants. That's the truth of the matter. But social media wasn't around then. So y'all are like, that didn't happen. So as soon as I post a fat picture, y'all like, oh my God, you were telling the truth. I'm like, I tried to tell you. But anyway, I say all that to say protecting your peace looks different, but a non-negotiable in your protecting your peace has to be in direct alignment with where you see yourself in the future. So no, I don't go out a lot because my non-negotiable is getting up at 3:05 in the morning so that I can be ready for my family and my kids and my other responsibilities, my clients. Like I have to do that. So yeah, so that may come at a cost, and your non-negotiables are going to cost you. Now, do I go out sometimes? Absolutely. Do I pay for it the next day? Absolutely. But it's a calculated risk. But there are certain calculated risks in your life that you aren't willing to bet on right now. And that's okay, but you got to figure it out. All right. So number one, teach people how to treat you. Number two, we're almost done, 30 minutes. Number one, teach people how to treat you. Number two, don't go in reverse. Number three, protect your peace at all costs. Four, apologize. Let's all take a deep breath. Okay, apologize. There are certain situations in your life that you have felt like you were owed an apology and didn't get it. And then there may be some opportunities in your life where you thought that you needed to give an apology and didn't for whatever reason. But if in fact you did, you felt much better afterward. Parallel that to your fitness and nutrition life, the way some of you all are treating your body, you have to apologize. Say, you know what? I have been treating you poorly because I want you to perform in a certain way, but I'm not giving you the tools to do that. You want people in your life to treat you a certain way, but you're not willing to apologize to move forward. Well, that's just how I am. Okay. But remember, for every consequence, there are repercussions. For every action, there may be an equal and opposite reaction. Law of physics. So again, paralleling that to fitness and nutrition, the only thing that you want from an apology is changed behavior post-apology. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I won't say that anymore. I'm sorry that I wasn't as communicative as I should have been. I apologize and move forward. Similarly to your body, you say, hey, I've been treating you poorly. I've been trying to make you perform in a certain way, but I haven't been fueling you correctly. So I apologize. So the changed behavior is just an awareness and tweak of the things that you know you already need to do. If you say to yourself, I am not going to eat dessert this week, and then you eat dessert, you've just broken your own promise to yourself. You don't like when other people break promises to you. I see your comments. I'll make certain to respond later because I feel your spirit, okay? You don't want other people to break promises to you, but you break promises to yourself all the time. I'm going to get up tomorrow, I'm going to go work out. You wake up in the morning, I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to do it. Broken promise. I'm going to eat right, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to eat right. Cinnabon, pizza, hot dog, bread at a restaurant. Broken promise. And so after so many broken promises, you're like, just keep your apology. I don't even want it. What am I going to do with it? Take a picture of it and hang it on the wall? So when you are thinking about how you treat your body, someone is convicted to apologize, metaphorically speaking, to yourself and change that behavior. No one is expecting you or I to be perfect because the reality is we are flawed people. We are imperfect people, and we should be. We should have room to make mistakes. We should have room to ask for forgiveness. We should have room to apologize. But the after of that is to change our behavior. So when you know better, do better. If you make a plan tomorrow to work out and you wake up and don't feel like it, do it anyway. You say, you know what? I don't even feel like it, but I'm going to do something because I told myself I was going to do it. No, I don't have to post about it. No, I don't have to take a sweaty selfie and prove that I did something. No, I don't need any sort of external validation, but I promised myself. God, that convicted me in the moment. I promised myself that I was going to get it together. I promised myself that I wouldn't go back to that relationship. I promised myself that I wouldn't eat bad foods. I promised myself that I was going to finish this process of whatever I'm doing. I promised myself that I wouldn't talk to her again. I promised myself that that was the last time he was going to disrespect me. I promised myself. But yet you go back on it. So apologize. so that you can change your behavior and get to where God wants you to be. Okay. Number 5, structure gives you freedom. I wholeheartedly believe this. Our children are 6 and 7, Skylar and Zion. Sorry. Yeah. Had to think about it. So Skylar and Zion, Skylar is 7, Zion is 6. So the summertime, they think it's a free for all. I'm like, no, 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 no. We're gonna have reading comprehension time. We're gonna have math time. We're gonna have physical activity. We're gonna have arts and crafts. Like, we're gonna have structure. Now, it's not gonna be, timed and, all these things, but we're gonna give you structure so that you can have all the freedom that you want. And when I was growing up, my dad I didn't watch TV during the week when I was in school. I thought my parents were so cruel. Sorry, Mom. My mom's probably watching. I couldn't talk on the phone. I'm like, my grandparents will call them. I'm like, yeah, let me talk to them. They're like, nope, you can't talk on the phone. I'm like, even to my grandma, they won't let me talk on the phone. Until you handle your responsibilities, you will have no freedom. Parallel that to the responsibility that we have to grow old gracefully, to be able, I want to play. I was an older mom. I was 36 when I had Skylar. I want to be able to be in my 50s and 60s running with them. Like, even now, Skylar is about 50 pounds. And she's like, Mommy, I want a piggyback ride. I'm like, okay, get on my back. She's like, Mommy, do a squat. I'm like, okay. I want to be able to do that. Zion is right underneath her, about 40, 43 pounds. She's like, Mommy, hold me like a baby and rock me like you used to. I was throwing my back out every week trying to pick Zion up out of her crib. This is a person who worked out all the time. This is a person who ate right all the time. And I was still having issues functioning in my life. So I had to switch my format. I'm like, I need more functional training. I need more mobility. I need more agility. Who cares if you're strong if I can't pick up my kid without throwing my back out? So when you have the structure of, all right, this is what I'm going to eat. These are the types of foods that I'm going to eat. These are the types of foods that I'm not going to eat. These are the types of places that I'm going to go out to eat. These are the types of places that I'm not going to go out to eat. This is the type of workout that I need to do versus this is the type of workout that will burn the most calories and probably have me in the hospital half the time. Do you want to push yourself in the physical activity realm? Absolutely. Who wouldn't want to take their body to the limits as it relates to their physical goals and ability to move their body and the agility that it needs to, to be a certain age and to do certain things? Is totally an enticing idea, right? But you got to have structure in your life to give you the freedom to do the things that you want to do. Then if you had no structure, it'd be a free for all. If there was no structure, if there were no stoplights, if there was no red to make you stop, there was no yellow to make you slow down, there was no green to make you go, there would be car accidents everywhere. But the structure of that everybody follows makes certain that we have the freedom to go and come and for a place to be 15 minutes away and for us to get there in 15 minutes. If there was no structure to the roads, no lines to tell you who goes this way, who goes that way, how many lanes go this way, how many lanes go that way. If there was no structure, we'd be everywhere. So why do we think we have to have, or there is a necessity for structure in certain things and not a necessity for structure in other things? It's just not true. There's absolutely a necessity to be able to live the life that we want to live. We got to have structure. Maybe your Monday through Friday looks a certain way. Maybe your Saturday and Sunday looks a different way. Maybe your Monday and Thursday look the same, but Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, whatever, Saturday look different. Maybe week to week looks different. I have certain clients that have the same off day every single week. And then I have other clients who their boss determines their schedule. So they could be on the road every day of the week, or they could be working from home every day of the week. It just depends. But you got to have structure in that. There is a spectrum of structure, absolutely, especially if you don't control your schedule, but there is a start and an end time for everyone and for everything. So outside of that window, you have the ability to structure your life the way that you deem possible. And the frustration comes from the unmet expectations that you have set for yourself, but haven't told anybody else. I'm like, don't bother me before 5:30. My husband wakes up, he goes upstairs, does his work. My kids are asleep. I got my me time. That is the structure that I need to be able to perform at my top priority. Special nights like tonight, of course, I'm usually doing bath time and bedtime and prayers and all that stuff. But I've laid it out so that the structure that we have established can move on seamlessly without me. So, all right. Two more. Structure gives you freedom. We right at that 40-minute. Okay. All right. Number 6, control your triggers. What do I mean by that? Don't go to the grocery store hungry. It's like one that we can all attest to. I'm still working on that trigger. But if you are on a path to change your life, to do better, to exercise more, to be more active, to eat better, you cannot go out with that girlfriend where all y'all do is have a great time and eat and drink. Is this your great friend? Absolutely. Do you have a blast when y'all go out? Absolutely. Do you crave that special bond that you all have that you don't get from any other friend? Absolutely. But that is a trigger for you because you're not going to be able to do that and be on the path that you have set for yourself. So then you start living in the reverse. Well, one night won't hurt. You break your promise to yourself. And then that sends a snowball effect to all the other non-negotiables that you set in place that you're now just, throwing caution to the wind about. You got to control your triggers. If you know that you have a boss that is going to ride you like Seabiscuit when projects aren't done on time or wanting to check the status of a project, and that feeling makes you want to eat, you have to be able to control your triggers. So maybe that's you sending a proactive email. Maybe that's not buying stuff to keep in the house. I cannot buy stuff. Well, now I can, but there was a time when I couldn't buy certain things and keep it in the house, like portion control out the window. What? A sleeve of Oreos hated to see me coming. Okay. Because I'm like, 2 Oreos, that's ridiculous. Let me eat a sleeve and then not eat dinner. That seems like balance. This is the way my mind used to work. But I'm like, I know Oreos are triggers. I haven't had Oreo. I can't tell y'all how long. But anyway, but that just goes to show you how you can evolve. So I'm like, okay, if I don't have the Oreos here, I don't want it that bad that I'm going to get dressed, get in the car, drive to get them, bring them back, undress, because you can't just eat Oreos in your street clothes. You got to put on your pajamas. I'm not going to want to do all that. So I really don't want it. So I just used to just not buy it. But there are certain triggers that you are constantly trying to overcome without recognizing that they're triggers. And you keep trying to overcompensate and ignore and kind of like turn a blind eye to certain triggers that is leading you to unhealthy behaviors. Don't do that. You may not be able to control your environment 100%, but there are certain things that you can do to control the way that things are in your presence. When I was working in corporate America, I was in sales, and people would just bring us stuff like bagels and pastries and Chipotle. I mean, you know the saying, like, you don't go to someone's house empty-handed. Well, people would literally bring us so much stuff that an office full of people, we could not take it. We used to have to take it with us out and give it to the unhoused or people near the expressway or homeless shelters, or we would have to give it away. It was so much. It wasn't just a little bit that we could throw away. No, it was ridiculous how much it was. But that was leading me to bursting out of my clothes, literally, not metaphorically, not exaggerating. I literally I sat down a number of times and literally pop buttons, bust zippers, one fun time actually came out the back of my pants. Imagine that. I was on a date with my husband. He'll tell you that story later. Anyway, the point is, my triggers were when I was hungry or when I didn't have food, I would just nibble. I was a nibbler. And a lot of you all may be nibblers, right? Like, oh, I don't eat that bad. I just graze. But every time you eat, it elicits an insulin response. So every time you eat, insulin, 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 insulin. That's why you can't lose weight, because you're constantly eating. That's why fasting and detoxing help the body so much, because it helps regulate all that insulin and extra sugar that's going on in our body every single time we eat. So I would just eat breakfast, so that when the breakfast crew came in, I would see the bagels and the cream cheese, and I would be so full from my perfectly balanced breakfast that I wouldn't even want it. When the lunch crew came, I would go to the gym at lunch, so that by the time I got back, the last thing I wanted to do was eat. And then when the afternoon crew came, I knew I only had a little bit of time before I could go home. So it really wasn't that bad. So I was controlling my triggers by being in the midst of constant triggers. I was in sales, so I would have breakfast meetings and lunch meetings outside of the office. And people want to go to breakfast and lunch because people do business with people that they like. I know I'm over time, y'all. I'm almost done, but y'all have got me here. People want to do business with people that they like. So I'm like, well, I'm in sales. I like people. People seem to like me. Let's do business. It was good for me, right? I can't not take people out to eat. So I would bring a protein shake. I would eat breakfast at home. Socially, my friends would want to go out to eat, and I'm like, gosh, like I just don't want to eat out, but I really want to go out. So I would go out and not eat. And it would make people uncomfortable, understandably, right? I used to think, like, why do you care if I don't eat? But again, I get it. I get it. I get it now. But it was one of my non-negotiables. If I truly want to make this sale, if I truly want to be there for my customers and clients, if I truly want to enjoy my friends, I can do that and not use food as a means to get there. Will I still have as good of a time? Absolutely. I remember a couple years ago, and I'll move on to the last one. A couple years ago, we were at homecoming, and they did have grilled chicken and greens, but I don't know how the chicken was brined. I don't know what the greens were made with. So I prepared by bringing my own snacks, and I brought my protein shake. People ragged me almost for a whole year. I can't believe you brought a protein shake to the tailgate. La, 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 la. And it was so funny to me, because I'm like, you really have become this girl who you used to scoff at. Like, oh, that's ridiculous. I am now the ridiculous one. And I love it here. I absolutely love it. So all that to say, make certain that you control your triggers, because you absolutely can. Last but certainly not least, keep showing up. Keep putting your best foot forward. If there is an opportunity, a physical activity that you aren't able to do right now, that's okay, because whatever level of fitness that you're on, somebody is sitting at home not doing anything. Somebody is watching you, wishing that they could do what you're doing. Keep showing up. Keep being who you are authentically. Keep striving to be the best person that you can be. Keep requiring more of yourself, and keep requiring more of the people that you surround yourself with. Set your boundaries. Have your non-negotiables. Be incessant about protecting your peace. Keep showing up, because it gets easier. It really does. Keep showing up for people in your life, because, and I always say this, y'all, but the obedience that we have to continue to show up, it doesn't just mean for us. It's for the people who watch us. It's for the people that say, you know what, if she can do it, so can I. It's to my little babies who want to see my workout, because they know that mommy did it and they want to be like mommy. So, life lesson review 1 through 7, super quick. And then I have a couple of announcements for you. Teach people how to treat you. Don't go in reverse. Protect your peace at all costs. apologize. Structure gives you freedom. Number 6, control your triggers. And number 7, keep showing up. Let me know if this resonated with you at all, which one resonated the best, la, 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 la. Couple things I want to tell you. Number 1, I am doing a accountability group. I'm looking for my calendar. Okay, so I am doing another accountability group. I probed you guys a few weeks ago saying, hey, my normal accountability groups are usually 6 to 9 months. Would you guys be interested in a 4 to 6 week accountability group? Overwhelmingly, you guys said yes. And so I am doing a 4-week accountability group in August, depending on the demand, depending on how many people I can get in. I'm only taking 10 slots because that is a manageable group for me. It's going to be super intensive. I'll give you more details in a separate video. I don't want to make this too long, but August 1st through August 31st. It's 31 days. It's a full month of us working together on different topics. And it's going to be a shortened version of my 6 to 9 month group. Eventually, what I want to do is, so the accountability group is called the work room. So we literally do work in the room together. We work on self-exploration on a variety of topics, self-discovery, self-actualization, non-negotiables, habit forming, all the things. And these are lessons that I take directly from my 6 to 9 month course, which I have seen tremendous blessings and benefits from. The trajectory of these clients is like astronomical. And I need to do a better job sharing with you guys about that. I'm working on that. But I wanted to do a shortened version, number 1, because overwhelmingly you guys said yes, absolutely. And I get it. And number 2, 6 to 9 months is a really long time to commit to something. So I'm hopeful that I can get at least 2 more groups in August and maybe October, maybe I don't want to do November and December because, we're all consumed with all the things, right? But maybe August and October, August and September, we'll see. But I want to get at least 2 more groups in so that at the top of next year, I can do a larger group of you guys. And the top of the year is really exciting because people are really prone to change, and it's a new year. It's it's fresh possibilities, and we're really excited about changing and resolutions and reformations and all these things. So anyway, August 1st to the 31st, if you're interested, make certain that you stay tuned for an announcement on my Operation Sexy Body with Sexy with an I on Instagram. I'll be posting a flyer. I'll do a Q&A. I'll do all the things specifically about the Workroom Bootcamp. It's going to be the OSB Workroom Bootcamp, August 1st through the 31st. It will be a cost, but again, I'll make certain that you guys, I'll go over all that with you on the video. That's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for staying with me tonight. I would love to hear, if you haven't already commented, about which one kind of made you say ouch or amen or whatever you say, made you say that the most. And join us every single first of the month, September 1st. Oh, no, wait, I'm jumping ahead a month. We'll be here August 1st. It's a Friday, so maybe we'll go a little bit later. Maybe we'll do 6 o'clock. Maybe we'll do 6:30. But August 1st, I'll meet you right back here for another monthly chat, and who knows what it would be. But if you guys have topic ideas, make certain that you message me or comment below. I would love to hear them. And if not, I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.